Good morning. So first up, free Palestine. If you're feeling uncontrollable rage right now, good. We should all be. And the fact that there are people in this society that are just going about their everyday lives like there isn't people being burned alive with their IVs still in their arms, that people aren't being blown to pieces so that their families are carrying them in a shoebox. We've got massive famine happening in Sudan. We've got so much destruction. And I want you all to know that the rage is real. And that rage that is fueled by that deep love that we have for each other is as valid as the soft, gentle love that we can show each other. Rage comes from our grief. It is a normal part of grief. And grief is a normal part of love. So just hold on to that, okay? I'm going to be using the Star Codes Astro, hang on, what's it called? Star Codes Astro Oracle. I haven't used it for a little while. And I'm going to use my This Might Hurt tarot deck. And let's see what planetary energy is moving through us at the moment. All right. Would help if I had the deck up the right way. One thing I really need to work on with myself is my whole life I've just smiled through it, right? So I come on these videos and I seem like, look, Sin smiling. And I don't know when the switch flicked in my head that I stopped displaying my rage on social media. But I think I need to a bit more again, and less smiling, less fucking smiling, although my dimples are cute. Okay, we've got Virgo Digest on the bottom of the deck. Digest, what a word at the moment for what we are being forced to digest. I'm really not sure there's an underlying energy from this deck that could possibly sum up what we as a collective are having to digest at the moment. And when I say collective, I mean you, me, Palestinians, the Lebanese, the Syrians, the Yemenis, the Sudanese, the Congolese, the West Papuans, the Kanaki, Haitians, Indigenous people that still exist on their lands that are colonized, like myself. How long do we have to digest the imperial form of fiber, you know. It's not very fibrous. It's definitely not the type of fiber that this society needs to be built on. Anyway, we have King of Wands energy. Automatically what comes to my head with the digest card, and this is the way that we are needing right now to transmute this energy into something that brings about change, using it to show leadership, having complete confidence in where we stand. You know, I just talked before about rage being a part of, grief being a part of love. But passion is part of love, is part of rage, is part of any of those driving emotions that push us to demand better, right? So we've got the underlying energy. Let's get some other energies. Because let's see what the planets are doing at the moment, what energy they are giving to the earth, and how we can work those energies into productivity within our movements. Not productivity for capitalism, but productivity for a better world. Okay, let's see what comes out today. Sensitize, the Pisces card. I think that's an important reminder, because the powers that be would like us to desensitize ourselves to the suffering in the world, and we need to make sure we always stay sensitive to it. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. Weakness is looking away from it. Weakness is pretending that it's okay that it's happening over there. It's not okay it's happening over there. It's not okay it happens anywhere. And we need to stay sensitive, alert, and open, and willing to bear witness. Otherwise, the imperialists, the colonizers, will write the history books. And they will put their spins on it, like they have over history. So it is more important than ever that we are bearing witness, and we are keeping evidence of who is complicit in genocide and breaching human rights laws in this world. We've got the Northern Territory government here at the moment repealing the overturning of public drunkenness laws, which disproportionately affect mob. We have the Northern Territory government wanting to increase juvenile detention. We have the Queensland government lying about youth crime. We have New South Wales police crying over having to police our protests like we ask them to. Like, have they ever thought about not being fascist? We have police officers in the Victorian police doing Nazi salutes. How many police officers exactly are there that have been found to be downloading child sex abuse material, giving addresses to DV offenders of their victims? You know, these are the people that tell us not to care about Palestine. And those people in government that all own multiple investment properties telling us to shop at AuDHD? Really? No shade on AuDHD, but that ain't curing the problems you created. Not now, not ever. And again, I was talking about this on my threads. Inflation, what a crock of shit. Do you know, I've smoked weed since I was a teenager. I pay the same dollar amount now that I used to pay for weed as a teenager. Which means weed is actually cheaper now than what it was when I was a teenager in the 90s. So, okay. The next cards that came out. I'm finding this really funny because one of the movies that I connected with was Juno, because I had a baby at 16, right? So the Juno card has come out, which means partnership. But then Pisces is, I've got big placements in Pisces, and my sun is Aquarius. So we've got collaborate, partnership, and sensitize. The word that's coming to my mind with partnerships is discernment, that we as a collective of activists need to be discerning with who it is that we are bringing into our anti-colonial activist spaces. Who we choose to partner up with, and making sure that we're not selling out on our deep-rooted knowing of what's right, to bring incremental change, you know. And then Aquarius reminds us to collaborate. Collaboration, working together as a team, again, forming those partnerships. If we surround ourselves with people that choose to stay witnessing, that choose to stay aware and with an open heart, witnessing the atrocities in the world, that's where we find our people, right? But I'll go through the book and I'll just, you know, see what the book says. Oh, I was missing a card from the deck that was in the book. Whoops. Okay, we got card 12. Pisces asks us to swim in the ambient pool of emotion, to be moved to compassionate action. Again, like I said, stay open, stay sensitive. It's going to hurt. It's going to induce rage. It's going to have days of the heavy grief, but stay open to it. Appreciate all the diverse voices in this situation and take them as tributaries to your own river. This complex ecology has so much more to say and is so much more robust than any simple monoculture. Okay, like I was saying, like, there's strength in numbers, and being around like-minded people is a great way to reaffirm and keep your strength up, and your determination and your passion and your all of it that's required in these spaces. So tune into a healthy ecosystem with Pisces sensitive perception. We are all cells in the body of one. Healthy individuals contribute to the health of the whole. So again, it's important for the collective consciousness for us to stay very conscious during this period, no matter how hard it is, because too many people are turning away. All right. So yeah, Juno's asking you to stay steady on your path. And our path is transformative liberation. Well, mine is, and I'm assuming if you're part of this collective, yours is too. Developing like balance and reciprocity within our partnerships and relationships within this movement. Practicing conflict resolution, how to communicate healthily. We should all be able to bring our empowered selves into the collective, to empower the collective as a whole. And take time to acknowledge your own breakthroughs and your own strengths and your own efforts that you put into this collective, okay? We're all going to have different tools and ways of contributing, and don't ever dismiss yours as something that nobody's going to listen to. I think we all have gifts that we can share in order to bring about this healing, this change, this, transformation. And then Aquarius is really asking us to shed as much of those external constructs as we can and really start building who we are from within. Trusting our higher self, our intuition, as we move through these processes. The importance of taking care of yourself as an individual and understanding, building your own strength and self-love and worth corresponds to you being able to take that out into the community and help to build that sense of strength, self-worth, self-love within the community space. And again, like I said, we all have gifts, and some of us have been told our gifts should not be seen by others. Trust your intuition with where it's guiding you when it comes to your gifts. You know, Lorna uses spoken word, and Chelsea's gift is to be able to translate the fuckery into academic writing that can change things at a systemic level. You know, we've got Amy, who's really, really shining a light on what journalism isn't and what journalism should look like. We all have a place in this movement, and I think that's really important to remember. Okay, let's see what cards we can clarify this stuff with. Or if the cards have any advice for us. Any advice in the best and highest good for the collective? I also want to point out the connection between these cards, right? So you've got Pisces, which is a water sign. It's very watery, right? You've got Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer. You can see the water being poured out. And the partnership card, and it's like the partnership between these two, you know? And staying sensitive, but having the Aquarian energy of being able to bear the load of that water and be able to distribute it amongst, you know, humanity. Oh, here we go. We've got the Strength card, which I'm not surprised by because that has come out quite a bit in the energy. I feel like there's a lot of us at the moment trying to wrangle that rage within us. But I'm taking the intuitive message from this Strength card today that we need to have the strength to show that rage. The world needs to see the rage, and we need to stop looking at rage as though it is a low vibrational energy. It is high vibrational. It is full of passion and that fire energy, and we are not getting stuff done without that energy. Okay, that Pisces energy will know when it needs to step in and, you know, diffuse a little bit of that fire energy, that fire-water combo. And Juno is kind of linked in with Jupiter, and Jupiter's the planet of expansion. And expanding our idea of partnership could be a big theme as well. So Judgment. Again, so like when I started talking about the expansion of our idea of partnership, okay, we've got Judgment, and Judgment is kind of awakening to new ways of doing things. It's kind of a transformation type card. Balancing between the head and the heart. I guess freeing ourselves from old ideas of what partnership should look like into new ways of developing partnerships. I would also like to note, so far we've had 2 major arcanas come out. Major arcanas are like quite significant in readings. Alright, and the Queen of Wands. So collaboration, and Queen of Wands is quite a great collaborator, right? That archetypal energy of fire, desire, intuition, black cat type energy, which black cat in the picture, but also, you know, doing art, using creative energy, which is kind of leaning, because it's come out underneath the collaborate, Aquarius to collaborate, is Aquarius asks us to step outside the box, right? To not conform. Queen of Wands is asking you to use out of the box type creative modalities in order to build collaborations and tap into those creative skills that you have. Again, you may think that they are pointless skills, but they're not. They're not. Can I get a final message for the collective, please? All right. That's too many cards. What's for the collective's best and highest good to hear right now as a final message? Oh my God, I'm throwing cards everywhere. Hi, my name's Sin and I can't shuffle cards properly, if that's okay. I've even put some back in the deck upside down. This is fun. Crap. Okay. What are you doing, Sin? Is that it? No, there's one there as well, and there, and there. think I got them all. One or two cards, please, Spirit, not 50. Page of Pentacles. So, the final message is ground yourself in some new learning if you can. Anything that might interest you that you may have just thrown to the side and thought, nah, that's a waste of time. But see what your inner child or your intuition or your higher self are directing you towards, and try and start, I don't know, find a free course online, or again, within collaboration, be willing to be a student to learn. But grounded in earthly, like something that can keep you grounded while all this water and air energy is swirling around as well. And the fire. So just a bit of grounding. All right. I will catch you all next time.